Hey guys, so tonight I'm going to be doing a labor and delivery video of whenever I had my daughter. And first off, yes, I know it's a late video because my daughter is almost a year old. And second off, I look like crap. I know, I have no makeup on, my hair's not fixed. I've been up for hours and I've been on Blog TV waiting for updates on Jess. So that's why I look pretty much terrible. Another thing, people has been asking me, what's your daughter's name? Her name is Lilia Adriana, and yes, it is like Jessica's Lilia, and that's where I did first hear the name. And the reason why I named her Lilia is because whenever I seen that Jessica named hers Lilia, my heart just like dropped. I was like, oh my god. And my great grandma's name is Lydia, and it's spelled Lydia, so it's like Lydia and Lilia. So I was just like, I have to name my daughter that. But we call her by Adriana. That's her middle name, and that's what she goes by for right now until she gets older. Then she can make her choice which one she wants to go by. So yeah, she was born April 22nd, 2011 at 12:33 a.m. and she was 8 pounds. I was 40 or 41 weeks pregnant. I was overdue, and the doctors was going to talk about inducing me on my next appointment. And I didn't want to be induced because I heard how bad like that can mess up your plans, and like being induced is a whole lot worse. So I tried everything. Like I looked up on the internet and tried to find different ways that I could go into labor. And I tried dancing, I tried nipple stimulation, and just squatting and everything, and nothing seemed to work. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but one night, me and my family had Mexican dinner, and after I ate, my stomach just started hurting so bad. And I didn't think it was serious or anything, so I went to bed. And the next morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I turned over and I noticed my belly just started hurting, and it was so different. And I didn't know what contractions felt like, so I wasn't for sure if this was it or not. But then all of a sudden I noticed water trickling down my leg, and I just felt down there. Yeah, that's weird. But I felt down there and it was just water everywhere, and I told my stepdad, I said, I think I'm leaking water. He said, well, go to the bathroom, make sure. So I go to the bathroom and I started dripping water like everywhere, all over the floor. So I went back out and I said, yeah, I said, it's definitely water. He said, you sure it ain't pee? I said, I'm for sure. So my mom and all of us got ready and we started driving towards the hospital. And the hospital is about 30-some minutes away from my house. And on the way over there, like my stepdad, he was rushing over there. But on our way over there, the contractions just started getting so horrible. Like it felt like someone was just squeezing the inside of my stomach and like taking my intestines. My stomach was just getting so tight. So as soon as we got over to the hospital, I got registered and everything, and they ended up taking the little stick that they use to they put it up in you and see if your water broke, and it's supposed to like change colors or something if it's like the amniotic fluid. So they said my water didn't break. They said that I just peed on myself, and I was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. I said that was water, it was not pee. So I don't know what was up with that, but they checked me and I was almost 1 centimeter dilated. I wasn't like right there yet, but I was close to being a centimeter dilated, and they was going to send me home, and I was just in so much pain. I told my mom, I was like, I can't go home. And mom said, if we go home, we're going to end up delivering the baby at the house. So instead of sending me home, the hospital made me walk a whole lot around the whole entire hospital until I could dilate. So the more I walked, the more I started dilating, and as I started dilating, I lost my mucus plug in the hospital. And think it was about 5 centimeters. I started hurting really bad, so I went ahead and laid back in my bed, and I asked him for an epidural just because it was getting so bad. And my mom didn't want me to get an epidural at 5 centimeters yet. She wanted me to try and wait, but I couldn't. It was just horrible. So, I don't know why. I've never heard of this, but they made, like, everybody leave out of the room. Like, my family and everything all had to go. Even my mom and my stepdad had to leave. And, just so you know, my daughter's father was not at the hospital, and it's a long story, and I'm not going to get into that just yet. But no, he was not in the hospital, and he was not in the room with me. But, back to the epidural. But yeah, they made my family leave, and it was just the nurses and the anesthesia guy and just me. And, honestly, like, everybody always told me epidural hurts so bad to get, but no. I loved my epidural. It was my best friend. Oh my god, it was a miracle. I honestly would have probably 5 or more epidurals than I would just like a regular IV in the wrist. I cannot stand getting an IV. It hurts so bad. But getting an epidural was like nothing to me. I did have some kidney problems while I was pregnant. And whenever I was about 30 weeks pregnant, I had to get a kidney stent put in because Adriana was squishing my kidney and it was causing fluid to build up, and I almost lost my kidney. So I had to get a kidney stent put in. And whenever they was doing epidural, the only part that hurt was whenever they was running the wire through my back. It felt like it kind of hit my kidney. So that's what hurt the most. But other than that, I loved my epidural. After my epidural, they came in to break my water because they said my water didn't break. So one of the doctors came in and they went ahead and broke my bag of water. And after that, they had trouble finding Adriana's heartbeat, or her heartbeat was dropping. I don't remember which one they said, but they had to stick one of the needles. I think it's called the fetal distress monitor. They had to stick a needle up through me and in my daughter's scalp. That's just, I don't know, that just hurt me. I couldn't feel it or anything though, because I was numb. And I wasn't, like, whenever I first got the epidural though, like, only one side of my body numbed at first. Like, I could feel, like, this side of the body, but the other side of the body, like, was, yeah, it was just messed up. I could feel one side, but the other one was numb. So, I had to get a bigger dose of epidural. And after they broke my water and stuff, I went from like 5 centimeters to 10 automatically. So the nurse came in and checked me, and she's like, I'm going to go call your doctor because you're ready to have a baby. And I just started bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my god, it's time. I'm going to get to see my daughter. And I was just pouring the tears. So it was time to push, and whenever the doctor came in, she looked down there, and she's just like, there's her head. And Adriana's head was like right there already. You can see her hair and everything. So I didn't push for long, and I had a little bit of trouble pushing because where I was numb, like I was totally numb and I couldn't feel anything. So I had a little bit of trouble pushing. I did have to get cut. I didn't tear anything. They had to cut me. So this singer though, it was amazing. And she looked exactly like me whenever I was born. And just seeing her for the first time, like, words can't even describe how I felt. As for after I had her, healing process, it wasn't too rough. I was just really happy to see my daughter. But whenever they went to go and get the afterbirth out, they had to press my stomach like really, really hard. And I could actually feel that, and that's the worst part of it. Like, pushing her out and everything, I couldn't feel. But whenever they went to go press my stomach and like try to get the afterbirth out, that hurt really bad. I couldn't feel them stitching me up or anything. And after the epidural wore off, I could feel where they had to snip me, but it wasn't nothing bad. Like, but whenever I had to go and like pee or something, that's whenever it would burn a whole lot. And they gave me like some kind of spray bottle, and they tell you to get warm water in it and try to just like spray down there while you're peeing, and it will just help it a lot. But yeah, like, the healing process, it wasn't bad. I was just really happy to finally have my daughter, and it just took my mind off the pain. So that's pretty much it. I think it was a couple months after I had my daughter, I went to go get my kidney stent taken out, because I also had kidney stones. Well, they said I had kidney stones. They'd done an ultrasound whenever I was 30 weeks pregnant, and I had the fluid build up, and they said I had like a 2 centimeter kidney stones and a whole lot more. So whenever I went to go get my kidney stent taken out, they went up and there was no more kidney stones. And I don't think I passed them, because I don't think I could pass a 2 centimeter kidney stone without knowing it. I think what happened was, I did research on how to dissolve kidney stones, and I tried a lot of the stuff that I read up on there, so I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure I dissolved the kidney stones, and I'm doing a lot better now. As for stretch marks, they're horrible, and I really don't want to show you guys my belly. I mean, I'm proud of it, but I just don't want to show everyone. So I'm just covered in the stretch marks. All over my front and all in the back is just nothing but stretch marks. And I did try the coconut butter, and it didn't work, because I always forgot to put it on there. So the coconut butter didn't work for me. But yeah, I'm doing good now. I still have a little bit of kidney problems. If I drink pop, and I try to ignore drinking pop and try to drink water. So yeah, my daughter is now 10 months old, and she'll be a year old next month on the 22nd. And it just goes by really, really fast. I didn't believe them at first whenever they said time goes by fast, but now I do. But yeah, if you guys have any videos you would like me to do, just leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys have any questions, just ask away. I'll see you guys on the next video.